Hi, everybody. Welcome to Halftime Live on Brew Sports, a Tuesday edition of the program. And my lord, if your life is going as well as Jay Cutler or Tony Romo's is right now. Wait a minute. No,
what?
Sorry.
What?
I'm sorry.
That's what you led with?
I read my notes wrong. I'm sorry. That's a mistake.
Tony Romo, professional golfer.
I expected better. I'm sorry. That's my fault.
Better than a 3-over?
You know
I think
what?
that's pretty good.
Listen, let's be honest. If you're Tony Romo and you already just signed a broadcast deal with CBS and now you're trying to go out and be a golfer, this is a man who can't commit.
Who can't commit?
Can't commit. Just be happy with what you've got. Just enjoy life. You've got a broadcasting deal worth millions of dollars. Now you're trying to qualify for a golf tournament that you have no business doing.
It's the first time his entire career he had an opportunity to try to be a professional golfer. This is one of those things where he had this in the back of his mind for his entire life. Maybe I should have just gone into pro golf because football is a grueling sport. And he has an opportunity where he's like, hey, I'm still a scratch golfer. Why not go try out for the U.S. Open? And guess what? He did that.
He did.
And he played very well, but not well enough.
No, he did not. He's about as impressive as I don't even know what.
Well, I was
impressive
excited.
as Ryan Fitzpatrick as a starting quarterback.
I was excited because I was rooting for him to qualify.
I know you were excited about it.
How fun would it have been to go up and see him here in Wisconsin for the U.S. Open?
That'd have been really cool, honestly.
Would have been amazing.
It'd have been like, oh, look, it's Tony Romo. Wait a minute, why is he here?
Why is he here?
He's playing golf.
Unbelievable.
This is so strange.
Didn't he say at one point he wanted to be a golf analyst too, though?
Yes, he did. He wants to help CBS with their golf coverage.
Well,
that's what he wants to hopefully do with that. And I guess that would make one way to do it. But now, do you think because he tried to try out for the U.S. Open, he automatically thinks like, well, I have the experience because, of course, I
tried out for the U.S. Open.
You know I tried out for the U.S. Open, didn't I? Like, people can be like, good for you, Tony. So did 9,000 other people. We're not out here trying to go and get them. Doesn't make any sense to me.
Adam says, boo.
Yeah, nobody likes him. Nobody likes him. So a very good afternoon to all of you people tuning in on the East Coast. A good morning, a good day to the rest of you tuning in. No matter where you are in the wide world, I'm Baxter Colburn.
I'm Tanner Burke. Luis says, hola, hermanos.
Hola. It is Taco Tuesday, I guess. So I guess the Espanol flavor makes a lot of sense. So we had a lot of craziness last Friday when we were playing different things with Off the Rails and also having margaritas live on the air for Cinco de Mayo. It was a lot of fun. But people also having fun, of course, as we know, it is Transformation Tuesday where we talk about different things that have transformed. Tanner has transformed from a wee little lad to now a strong, strapping professional man. I transformed before your very eyes.
Where'd he go? Baxter, where are you? Oh, there he is.
And I'm back. Look at that. It's incredible.
Unbelievable.
Somebody transforming, at least from a professional standpoint, to a different standpoint is Jay Cutler. We know this. He's transforming out of the football world. He has now become a broadcaster for Fox Sports. Apparently, Kevin Burkhardt had to do his interview, and he said that if he had to sum it up in one word, it was impressive. Jay Cutler. When's the last time Jay Cutler was called impressive?
His pro day.
Was he at his pro day?
I don't know. I mean, it's funny because we don't know what we're going to get from him yet. I mean, we know Tony Romo has a sense of humor. We've heard him talk. He's been in commercials. I have seen literally nothing aside from press conferences that say Jay Cutler has potential to be a solid broadcaster. So when I hear that Jay Cutler was impressive, I don't know exactly what that means because I set the bar low already because we've heard him talk in the past at press conferences. He is the most unexciting, unimpressive person in the entire world. I don't know if he has a bit of electric energy in him at all.
I don't think so. And that's the thing, Tim. And you talk about those Tony Romo commercials. Like all I immediately think of is artsy craftsy Tony Romo.
That's amazing.
And I'm artsy craftsy Tony Romo.
Oh my gosh!
I take my frustrations out on paper mache. like that's funny. Like Jay Cutler in his post game press conferences sounds like his dog just died and his wife just got beat up. Like he doesn't ever sound enjoyable. Like Jay, you just won the Super Bowl. How are you? Well, I think today was a good game. Like what the heck, Jay? Get fired up.
All he's thinking about is going out back and lighting up a cigar.
He really is. I mean, I feel like that's a marketing opportunity missed by a cigar company somewhere. Like, have Jay Cutler as your man that brands yourself. I like that.
Adam says Troy Aikman has 8 concussions and he's a broadcaster. ... So there's that.
I mean, Tanner and I are broadcasters. So there's that.
A loose term, but yes.
Broadcaster. Everybody's just throwing around broadcasters.
Josh says, like Joe Buck impressive. # low bar.
I mean, it depends.
He's got nice hair.
He does have nice hair. Jay
That's all
Cutler.
he's got.
Jay Cutler's got it made. He's got a nice family. He's got a pretty wife.
He just always looks
tired. He's got
tired.
over $100 million. Some people just look tired, Tanner.
That's Jay Cutler in a nutshell.
Exactly. I know
You
a
don't
lot
put
of
those people on. You don't put those people
that
on
are
camera.
impressive people, but they just look tired.
I just hope this isn't the biggest mistake since Bob Costas in the Olympics with pink eye.
Yeah, but I mean, if you have Bob Costas,
whoever passed that, whoever said that was okay for the Olympics,
production meeting ahead of time, be like, guys,
Bob, you gonna make it? He's like, yeah. I just put some Visine in.
Yeah,
clear eyes.
That's all good. Totally fine. Life is good. My Lord. Well, we do wish you all a great day to you. Thank you for the comments. Keep everything rolling along as well, too. Good day to Jay and Greg and Aaron and Adam and all the other
Celebrate Chicago
people.
says, leave Jay alone!
He is just the biggest baby. You all need to just chill out. Apparently, it's because he has diabetes.
The diabetes?
Diabeto. Did you see that from Family Guy? You ever seen the diabeto?
No.
If anybody out there knows what I'm talking about,
did you know that Seth MacFarlane is the most profited producer for a television show?
That would make sense. Yeah, I can understand that.
Seth MacFarlane for Family Guy. That's pretty much it.
What do you guess?
Crazy. You know, he was a fun fact. He was actually supposed to be on the plane that crashed into the towers in 9/11. He was supposed to be, and his travel agent, gave him the wrong boarding time, so he was an hour late.
If there was ever a day.
He said it was a stroke of genius by his agent.
Yes.
So
you're welcome.
Fun fact.
Like his agent was fed insider information. We would never have as
it's
great
a conspiracy.
It is. Somebody check him. I bet he knows. He knew Bin Laden. We all know it. Let's call it out right now. Call it as it is. Yeah, no, I don't think so. I can't even imagine the comic world without Seth MacFarlane, though, honestly. That would just be crazy to me to not have him. He's such a good guy. I enjoy what he does.
I want to hang out with Seth MacFarlane. Like, if I had a group of guys I want to go have a beer with, or go to like Dave and Buster's with, it'd be Seth MacFarlane, Jimmy Fallon, Justin Timberlake, and Mark Wahlberg. Because I would love to debate the Patriots with Mark Wahlberg. I mean, I love Mark Wahlberg. Marky Mark, for some of those of you who were born in the late 80s, early 90s. Marky Mark. But yeah, no, I mean, those guys, Seth MacFarlane, character. Jimmy Fallon,
multiple characters, but yes.
Justin Timberlake, just the best.
Can you bring Matt Damon as well, too?
Matt
Damon tries to fit in that scenario at times as well, too. He talks about the Boston things because he was in that promotional video. Matt Damon was with Tom Brady, and then who was the other guy? Was Wahlberg in that video too?
I'm sure he was.
I don't remember who it was.
I feel like if Mark Wahlberg is coming to the party,
right,
he's just gonna bring Matt Damon. Like Matt's just gonna tag along.
Matt's
the guy that wasn't invited, but you're like, okay, like I always like hanging out with Matt.
Right.
You know what I mean?
I have no problem with that.
So Matt Damon can come.
I like Matt Damon. Linus.
Josh says, turn it into the Funky Bunch 2.0.
I like it. Well, Tanner's a pretty funky guy, so that makes a lot of sense.
Yes.
We talked about this on the morning show today. If you missed it, I have officially submitted my campaign to be a sheriff. I don't know where, but I'm going to be a sheriff. That's because Shaquille O'Neal says he's going to run for sheriff in 2020.
Oh, my God.
I don't know why he has to wait 3 years to run. Does he have to campaign for 3 years? I don't know. He's already been
he's got to figure out what being a sheriff actually means.
Right. He's already an honorary sheriff. He's a reserve police officer in L.A., Miami Beach, Tempe, Arizona, Golden Beach, Florida, and Doral, Florida.
Why so many places?
I don't know. And so random place, too. Like, why do you have California, Arizona, and then 2 places in Florida? Florida makes sense. He played for the Heat. Doral, right outside of Miami.
It's
Golden
not like the
Beach,
National Guard where, like, you know, you're called upon and, you know.
I'm pretty sure Golden Beach is made up because I lived in Florida for 9 years. I've never heard of Golden Beach, Florida. Pretty sure it's some, like, Hickville City, USA, and I've never heard of it. I bet it's a lie.
I can't believe he's running for sheriff.
Why not? I feel bad for the guy that's going to try to run against him, though. That's the big thing in all this. Is like, imagine you. You were a decorated police officer, 20 years on the force, busted a lot of drug lords, blah, blah, blah. You know what? I'm going to be sheriff. And then you see that Shaq is running against you. You'd be like, well,
you had a good run.
To hell with everything, because it's just not going to happen.
It's like running for class president or something like that.
It's true, and I'm glad people continue the hashtag as well, too. Aaron and Josh both say hashtag Baxter for sheriff. I'm happy to be a sheriff. I just don't know what city I want to be the sheriff for.
Well, I don't think Shaquille does either.
I can run for office for being a sheriff anywhere I want to be.
It says O'Neal didn't clarify to WXIA where he would enter a sheriff race. He says, "This is not about politics for me. It's something that I always wanted to do. It's just about bringing people closer together." Here's the deal, Shaq. Here's the deal. Things that people have always wanted to do are be the 2000 NBA MVP and win an NBA championship or a Super Bowl or a Stanley Cup. Never in my entire life have I been like, man, once I'm done with my phenomenal multi-million-dollar career, I've always wanted to be a sheriff. I don't get it.
I can't say that it's ever been a top of my thing. Like, I get it maybe in kindergarten. Like, what do you want to be? I want to be an astronaut. I want to be a sheriff. I want to be like...
Have I ever told you what I wanted to be when I was in kindergarten when they asked me?
Something to be with the Polly Pocket. I mean, no, I'm kidding. You had little Polly Pockets, though. I know that. What was your thing?
So I saved it because it's so funny. When I was in kindergarten, I mean, they ask you these questions. You don't know what you don't. I mean, at one point they said
expect me to make a logical choice.
They had us make a promise for something we would never do when we were older, and I said I would never drink, and you had to draw a picture of it. And I drew a picture of me sitting at the dinner table without a beverage because that's what I thought drinking was when I was in kindergarten. So
I will never drink water, milk, anything. Cut me off.
But I when I was in kindergarten, I told my teacher that I wanted to be a garbage man. Now let me tell you why.
Garbage man.
Thursdays was always garbage day.
Sure.
And every time the truck would come down, I would always look out the window when it's coming, and I would go out and I would watch the truck crush the garbage. So that's why I wanted to be a garbage man. Not because they make a lot of money, not because I wanted to hang around garbage, but because I wanted to see a giant robot obliterate a bunch of garbage. Needless to say, I chose a different career route.
You chose to be devilishly good-looking and get into broadcasting.
When I retire from broadcasting, I'm not going to be like, I always wanted to be a garbage man.
I don't know if a lot of garbage men want to be garbage men in another life. Like, not a lot of people like grow up being like garbage men, 4 years of college.
Maybe Oscar the Grouch.
Maybe. So people are saying hashtag Tanner for garbage man Tanner. So
yes.
I'll be the sheriff to patrol the streets from evil. You'll patrol the streets to keep them clean. I like it.
Trevor says it's Shaq's world. We're all just living in it. Hashtag Kazam.
Yes. I think I saw that movie once. It was weird.
It had three wishes. The one part that sticks out to me is when the kid asks for it to rain like candy. And it literally just like millions of candy bars just fall from the sky. Mm-hmm. The greatest moment of my childhood.
Did you
I was so envious.
Did you start going outside being like...
Yeah. Oh, I wished. I was envious.
Candy?
Oh, yeah. It was amazing.
Some like Truman Show crap right there. That's just weird.
Trevor says, fun fact, Shaq filmed the commercial on my university's campus. Watched him do it. That man is massive. He drove a truck that looked like a semi. Had a nameplate on the front that said Shaqliner. Let me just say, it's safe to assume that he does not actually fit in the Buicks that he promotes.
You don't think so?
I highly doubt it.
You see him like sitting in it though. He's like, there's lots of room for big
Listen,
people.
man,
I've seen some television
magic. I don't know.
They probably take out the back seat in Shaq's Buick. Be like, only 3 people can ride in my car.
Yes, it's definitely custom. And there's no way he actually...
He's what, 7'1"?
There's no way he actually has a Buick in his garage, right?
I mean,
he's not pulling a $30,000 car in his garage.
Probably not. It's probably got like a custom-made Lamborghini, Rolls Royce, the Range Rovers that are probably. He has to have
probably
a Hummer. You need something big enough for Shaq to fit in.
Yeah,
that makes sense to me. What else are you going to put him in if you're Shaq? Like he's not riding a bike.
Shaqliner.
Yeah, he has to literally drive a semi truck to actually get around from place to place.
Insane.
It doesn't make any sense to me. What else? Oh, Matt Harvey. We remember this.
Yes.
So Matt Harvey supposedly went MIA the other day. And everybody was freaking out about it. They're like, where's Matt Harvey? And then you showed up the next day to work, be like, I'm here. And they're like, go home.
They're like, whoa, sir.
You're drunk, go home. So apparently Matt Harvey was out playing golf. On last Saturday when he was supposedly supposed to report to the field. Showed up late. Didn't know he was no-show.
He said apparently he had a bad headache. He says...
I have a bad headache right now.
I know. I do
and
every
I'm
day.
Sitting here completely fine. Life is good. I'm not missing work because I have a bad headache. Not when I'm getting paid millions of dollars.
He came down with a bad headache after golfing Saturday morning, reached out to the team that afternoon to say he was ill and couldn't be at the park. Yeah, right.
How sad. How
And conveniently
sad.
enough for the Brewers, he is looking to rejoin the rotation Friday at Milwaukee.
Right, exactly.
Which I'm sure he'll play great.
He'll probably pitch the first no-hitter of the season and
Yes.
just completely obliterate
Yes.
Milwaukee, because that's exactly the most Wisconsin thing to ever happen to us.
Well, naturally.
It always happens that way. What's that? XYZ. What was it? 2 years ago. What's that? The Kansas City Chiefs haven't thrown a passing touchdown all season, and it's like week 8.
Oh, boy.
They're playing Green Bay this week, and they threw 4.
Yes.
I'm like, classic
No,
Packers.
I don't know what to think here because the Mets conducted an in-home check on Matt Harvey after the Saturday absence. Are the Mets just like, oh man, he's just not here? What do we do?
Like,
And they're
guys,
just,
should we call
worried.
Matt?
They knock on the door. Matt, it's me, the Mets. Just want to make sure you're all right. You didn't show up today, so I just want to make sure we didn't have a half day or something. So you missed everything. You're going to have to get notes from your teammates. We'll see you tomorrow. Okay, bye, Matt.
It doesn't seem to have affected Greg very much, though, because Greg says he constantly has Matt Harvey on his fantasy baseball teams. He thinks that it's just something that he always feels like it needs to be done.
He also says, Tanner, if you were a garbage man, you would let me be your navigator. Keep that in mind. Keep in mind that I am blind. All right. Good
What's
to
the
know.
worst that could happen,
What's
right?
the worst that could happen?
Patrick just says we just got to send in Mr. Met. He'll do it. Speaking of mascots, thank you for that transition. I find any way to transition, as you know. Speaking of transitions, Benny the Bull apparently is facing a new lawsuit for legal trouble.
Really?
He's getting sued $50,000. Apparently, this is the Chicago Bulls mascot, if you haven't heard. The incident took place during Game 3 of the Eastern Conference semifinals back in 2016, I guess technically early 16, yes,
Okay.
the 15-16 season. Benny was there near the main court. He was having a lot of fun. Apparently, from what I'm being told, he's being sued by a courtside food and drink server who alleges Benny tore her rotator cuff after using his fuzzy red hand to apply too much weight to her shoulder.
Is that what it says? His fuzzy red hand?
Yes, I will read it again. Recent reports indicate that the Bulls are being sued by a courtside food and drink server who alleges Benny tore her rotator cuff after using his fuzzy red hand to apply too much weight to her shoulder. This is the second time.
I would need to check the tape.
He used a weight-bearing type of object, says the attorney of the food and drink.
So is he hiding brass knuckles in that fuzzy red hand?
He must. The report indicates that Benny injured his ankle after running out of control on the court. While limping off the court, the mascot allegedly put his hand on Rosa Garcia's shoulder, causing her to tear her rotator cuff.
Oh, my God.
How, number one, Rosa sounds like she's got to hit the gym, first of all. The fact that someone puts their hand on him,
She's 51.
she tears her rotator cuff. She was looking for a reason. Let's be honest.
I mean,
I know the Chicago Bulls have a lot of money, but I tore my rotator cuff. Did we get the official X-rays?
I'd have to.
She's seeking $50,000 worth of damages.
Is that it?
$50,000.
That's it?
I would have sued for $1 million.
Yeah,
No.
I mean,
But my shoulder.
people sue McDonald's for $1
I'll
million for
never
their
work
coffee
again.
being too hot. Why not sue Benny the Bull / the Chicago Bulls
Right.
organization for tearing your rotator cuff?
And this isn't the first time that this has happened. The Bulls had to settle another incident back in 2010 when apparently Benny the Bull used his fuzzy red hands again. He high-fived an oral surgeon a little too hard and tore his bicep muscle.
Oh, my God.
The incident originally occurred in 2008, but that's when they settled. It was 2010.
Well, isn't it also the oral surgeon's fault for accepting a high five from a freaking mascot?
Right?
If you're a surgeon and you need your hands, your entire life should be focused on saving and protecting those hands. I wouldn't be high-fiving
Exactly.
anybody.
So the bigger thing here, too, and this has been a recurring thing. So the guy that is the mascot, his name is Barry Anderson. He was charged in 2006 with a misdemeanor battery after punching an off-duty Cook County Sheriff's Department deputy who tried to prevent him from riding his mini motorcycle through the taste of Chicago. Yes, that's real.
Patrick says, I still haven't gotten my wings from Red Bull. Yeah, we need to look into that. I've been thinking about that for a while. So it doesn't actually give you wings.
Right. It's a bit of a lie.
Right. But it's a bit of a lie.
Yes. Adam says, #Team Benny the Bull. Screw the waiter. Fuzzy red hand. I'll just put that here. Yes. Everybody's got a fuzzy red hand. Put the bull down. #Bulls Lives Matters. People are having a little bit of... So, I mean, come on. Are you kidding me? This is the world we live in. Did Tim Tebow do anything relevant?
Why is everyone so soft?
Seriously, like, I'm not the biggest.
You know who did do something relevant?
What's that?
LeVar Ball.
What? Stop now. What did he do?
All right, let's hit on this. LeVar Ball has recently explained why Lonzo Ball's shoes are $495. Now, I don't know about you, but I've never paid for shoes that were more than like $100.
Yeah.
And that was like a stretch. Like, I'm going to pay less. You know
I think
what I
mean? I got $200 shoes for $50 one time.
There was an interview out there on TMZ Sports that they talked to future college basketball stars and asked them if they would wear these $495 shoes. And they said absolutely not. Nobody's going to pay $500 for these shoes. Mm-hmm. Now, LeVar Ball was asked why the $495 shoes cost so much. And his response is as classic of a LeVar Ball thing to say as ever. He says, I expected this reaction, the fact that people are losing sight. They're looking at the price tag, not understanding that Lonzo's shoe is symbolic, and that comes with a price tag. Symbolic, as he's the first one to ever come in here without even playing a game and have his own brand. Debatable. I'll get back to that in 1 second. It's not just a shoe. You just go in a store or something like that, and you say, you know what, let me get the Kyrie, the LeBron, by the way, throw in a Zoe too. Listen.
How much money do you have, first of all, if you're just tossing money in for
That's what I'm saying. Zoe2s mean something. That's why the price tag is like that. That's what the shoe is worth. Now, here's the deal. He says he's the first one ever to come in here without even playing a game and have his own brand. This is not Lonzo Ball's brand.
No.
And it hasn't been since day one. This is LeVar Ball's brand. If it was Lonzo Ball's brand, Lonzo Ball would be getting asked why his shoes cost $500 and not LeVar Ball.
Right.
So, and there's nothing in here about Lonzo's opinion. Of course, he's just going to accept it because I'm sure he's getting a payday. But Shannon Sharp says, here's the thing. Michael Jordan could not command $100 for a pair of sneakers. And LeVar says, because he ain't Lonzo Ball, I'm going to tell you again, did Jordan have his own brand when he came in? New era, called the Ball era. God dang it. Get out of my life! I'm sick of it.
I can understand that. I mean, this is very frustrating for a lot of people. I completely understand your frustration. I completely understand everybody else's frustration. The only thing that I'm going to do in this regards to poke the bear more is that he is changing the game, and you have to commend him for what he's doing. This is going to be a trend going forward that is going to continue to piss you off. It's going to piss me off. It's going to piss everybody off. But it is continually going to happen because we live in a now generation where people want to be famous yesterday and don't want to be famous in 20 years. They don't want to have to work for it. They don't want to have to do a damn thing to be famous, and this is how people do it. I understand you people are yelling at me in the comments. I understand you're not happy with me right now. I'm just pulling from the other side because you all know that if there's anything that I do on Brew Sports, it is I stoke the fire.
Sure, why not?
And that is exactly what happens. You can just ask Jamie on the Morning Brew. But this is exactly what is going to happen, though. You really, if you didn't know at all that this was LeVar Ball, you literally knew that this is person X doing person, Z for these, whatever. If you had no idea who any of these people were, and you looked at this whole scenario on paper, you'd be like, oh, yeah, kind of a smart idea. Like, you're trying to build your brand. You're just trying to,
That's exactly what he's doing.
Like.
If he was playing in the NBA and all this started happening at that point, yes. Right. But, oh, my God, I get it. It's raising his draft stock, but it's also hurting it at the same time. He says, see, my son will wear my shoe. It's a family thing. I'm giving him a choice. I'll get back to that in 1 second. He can wear any shoe he wants to, but why wouldn't he want to wear something that's your own? He says it's a family thing. I'm giving him a choice. He obviously does not have a choice. He hasn't spoken a word.
We don't know that, though.
He hasn't spoken a word.
We don't know the conversation.
All this has happened. He's come on these different shows, hasn't said anything. It's always been LeVar, LeVar, LeVar. LeVar is the face of everything that Lonzo and the other Ball brothers have to do.
Right.
It was LeVar's idea to get a reality show. It was LeVar's idea to build a shoe brand. It was LeVar's idea to wear the most ugly branding logo on his T-shirt and his hat left and right. And, of course, Lonzo is going to do it. Of course he's going to do it because he's going to get paid for it. I just think it's frustrating that, all this just keeps twirling back around like it's nobody's business.
Well, let me ask you this, though. If you were a parent of a child and you wanted to get their name out there, what other way are you going to do it? If your child is a good athlete or your child is good at their job.
Like every other parent, I'm going to say, my son is just the best.
But if he's a saint, you actually want them to be good.
He would love to play for your organization, and he loves his fans.
Yeah, that's not going to do crap nowadays, and you know that. Like,
no,
that's why
it's
he's doing
respectable.
This. It is respectable.
It's ruining his son's image.
But that's the thing. Who says that Lonzo isn't on board with this?
He probably is, but I mean, I'm sure it annoys him.
That's the thing, because Lonzo's never come out and said anything until Lonzo actually steps foot and says, Dad, I'm tired of this, or he actually goes on First Take, which basically LeVar Ball lives on now. If he actually comes out and says, I don't like what my dad's doing, we're going to assume Lonzo's okay with this.
Here's the deal. If Lonzo is okay with it, that means two things. That means Lonzo is going to be just like his father, which means 20 years from now or 30 years from now, we may be having this same conversation about Lonzo's son coming out of UCLA and going into the NBA draft with another shoe brand. This is just going to keep happening for the rest of my life, and I'm sick of it.
Yes, that's exactly right.
I quit.
And this is only ball brother number 1, by the way. We still got 2 more that got to go through UCLA. So, like, you still have a lot more.
Which means we'll have content for the next 6 years.
Yes.
Okay.
Exactly. We're just going to change it to the Ball Network or Ball Sports instead of Brew Sports. Or
Ball Watch?
Tebow Ball Sports, because that's all we talk about.
We'll have to have a segment just called Ball Watch.
I like it. You're not watching the balls. You're not watching nothing. That's for sure. So let's get away from this. Let's move away for a brief moment just because we have a couple other brief things to hit on. Firing me up. Let's look at the comments fast, because I know people are already saying that I just need to stop now for not being a sheriff because apparently I've lost all credibility. That's fine. I just won't protect you and your family then if you're not going to come and support me for my views. I'm playing the other side of it. That's all I'm doing. You obviously know where I stand on this whole issue, but at the same time, we sat here and agreed with each other for the entire show. No one would watch.
David says he has a choice. He can choose to wear the family brand of shoes, or he can make the wrong choice. That's his choice. Those are his options.
Wait a minute.
You can make the wrong choice, or you can wear my shoes.
Right. Josh says Benny the Bull needs to make a visit to the ball house. # fuzzy red hands. Probably the best comment of the day. 20 points to Josh. Go, Josh. Yeah, this is getting out of hand. This is getting frustrating.
David says we have 2 more balls to deal with.
We do. You didn't know. You thought 3 balls was problematic. Wait till you get to 2 balls.
There's 2 more balls we got to keep an eye on here.
You do. Lord have mercy. Has anybody bothered to check in on the mom? Mom was
no!
hospitalized.
Where's Mama Ball?
Mom has been hospitalized.
What?
With, like, life-threatening. Yes, you didn't know this?
No, I'm too worried about these $500 shoes.
So if you
the mom's in the hospital and LeVar's out there selling $500 shoes.
We talked about this. During the NCAA tournament, LeVar would not let his sons go and visit their mother, who is deathly ill in the hospital, because it would be a distraction.
That's what he said?
Yes.
Holy cow. What the hell is going on in the Ball household? There might be some tension there between LeVar and Mrs. Ball.
Oh, and fun fact, his mom is white.
There's too many balls.
Right?
Too many
balls. For those slow, stupid white kids at UCLA that LeVar is hating on, he's married to a white woman.
And yes.
And his kids are half white.
But it was the white guy. It was the too slow.
Right.
Yes.
I'll be honest. If I'm Mrs. Ball, I'm probably happy to be in the hospital because I actually get to stay away from all the damn chaos.
Basically a vacation.
Basically, be like, oh, you're cancer free. No, I'm not. Nope. I'm not.
Patrick says she's probably in the hospital because of LeVar.
Right. I have a cancer.
So heart attack is what we're
probably, or a
here.
stroke, or anything that basically she's probably just continues to fake.
All the
injuries.
Stress eating.
Yes. Be like, I can't do this anymore. Get me out.
Patrick says he drove her there.
Probably. I probably would have gone there too, honestly. My God. All right, we just got a couple minutes left. Is there anything else you want to hit on before we get out
Yes, I talked about this with James before, but Michael Orr turned himself in for assaulting an Uber driver in Nashville over directions, apparently, over issues with directions.
I said take a right turn.
Yes, I mean, I don't know what to look into this. I mean, you never know with some of these. I mean, I'm not trying to justify anything. If he beat the crap out of this guy, obviously he's in the wrong. But, I mean, it's like Patrick Kane beating up a cabbie. Like, yes, this 14 cents, just pay the darn man. But
Do you know I only make $20 million? Only? I don't have that kind of money.
The Uber driver claims that Michael Orr pushed him to the ground and kicked him after an argument about directions, but we have not seen any footage.
TMZ hasn't come up with a video? Somebody just didn't happen to be there with a smartphone?
Yes. Orr had received a citation for misdemeanor assault and had been ordered to appear for booking on May 8th. He showed up. He took a mug shot, and in the mug shot, he looks pissed. So
I would be.
Yeah. So there's probably some information on both sides of this attack here, this allegation. So,
reputation damaged?
No, we don't know what happened yet.
Fair point.
Can we talk about Aaron Hernandez's reputation really quick?
What reputation?
Okay, so it is damaged. It's gone.
Right.
All right, just making sure.
Did you also hear that the judge vacated his murder conviction as well too?
O.J. Simpson rushed for over 11,000 yards, though.
Yeah, he's a Hall of Famer. He's a great guy. They made a movie about him. He's obviously famous. He's obviously a good guy. You don't get movies made about you if you were a criminal.
Yes, Adam says #Team Blindside. Nice.
Love it. Get all about that. Where was Bruce Sports to get this exclusive? Who needs TMZ? You're damn right, Patrick.
I need TMZ.
Seriously. Speaking of which, it's time for our final segment. Tanner reads TMZ headlines.
I literally just exited out of my window.
Oh, my gosh. I've got it. No, it's fine.
No, I got it.
TMZ Sports.
This just in, Aaron Hernandez, or not Aaron Hernandez, oh God.
Oh, wait a minute. He's back.
Let me just say what I almost said. I almost said Aaron Hernandez and his girlfriend are spotted in Ibiza. It's not Aaron Hernandez. And his whole girlfriend thing, hilarious. We'll just leave that out there for you guys.
Anyway.
Cristiano Ronaldo and his girlfriend spotted in Ibiza,
okay.
and his girlfriend is wearing some revealing clothes.
Pac-Man Jones explodes after Rolls-Royce crash. Stupid mother effer is what he calls him.
Canelo Alvarez playing blackjack with Luis Miguel after beating Chavez Jr. Breaking news, apparently.
And Paul Pierce says Ray Allen should have called before bailing for Miami.
And Joe Montana is suing over sinking San Francisco condo, saying the building is crooked, damn it.
Damn it. MLB star Andrew McCutchen. Boston fans are cool, not racist. And he's black. You would know.
T.I. says Lonzo Ball should focus on hoops, not rap. When have you ever heard anything from T.I. in the last 5 years?
He's still a
T.I. should focus on rap instead of Lonzo Ball.
Future college hoop superstars. We'll wear Lonzo's shoes, but we ain't paying $500. Conor McGregor will be a damn good father, according to Eddie Alvarez. Anything else? Oh, fun fact, Jeannie Bouchard beats Sharapova after calling her a cheater.
I saw that.
That's amazing. All right, well, that's about all I got. This has been fun.
This has been fun.
In
case anybody cares or gives a flying, Aaron Hernandez murder conviction officially dismissed.
I feel like I just said that. So glad we listen to each other when we talk. This is why I love this show.
I try to see how many times I can bring up Aaron Hernandez on the show.
Tim Tebow, Aaron Hernandez. Dildos in Mets lockers.
Oh, there it is. There it is.
Yes. All right. So you're gone tomorrow. You're not going to be here, which sucks.
I'll be in Florida, baby.
Shut your damn mouth. I'll be in Florida later tomorrow night. Looking forward to it. It's going to be a lot of fun. Mitch Baumhoff will be here to fill in for Tanner tomorrow, so make sure to come back at 11 a.m. Central Time. It'll be a good old time. Maybe Mitch will wear his man bun. Maybe I will cut Mitch's man bun live on the air. I doubt that. I bet Mitch will not go for that, but you damn well know I'm going to at least bring a scissors and maybe at least flip a coin to see if he'll go for it.
Sure, why not?
I'll bring tequila and we'll cut Mitch's man bun. What's the worst that could happen?
Oh, we have tequila.
We do.
And we'll cut Mitch's man bun.
I like it. Mitch, if you're watching.
We're going to cut your man bun.
Your man bun is gone tomorrow. 1,000%.
Yes. Is it possible to leave with the gif of...
Oh! The GIF. Where the hell is the GIF? I'd have to find the GIF.
Pull it up really quick. I feel like it's only right after the TMZ segment. Maybe that needs to be a recurring segment because I love that.
I like that.
I really do. I enjoyed that thoroughly.
There it is. I had to figure out what it's called. Tanner Popped.
Is that really what it's called?
It's really what it's called. That's what producer David called it.
Give me 1 second. Give me 1 second. All right.
You just look so happy. You have no idea what's about to hit you in the face.
All right, ready?
This is incredible.
For all of you watching, thank you so much. I'm Tanner Burke at Banner Turk. He's Baxter Colburn at Baxter Colburn. Until tomorrow, I'll be in Florida, and so will he, but later on in the day. So until then, thank you for watching. It's been fun, and it's been real.
See ya.